going to apply what we did yesterday to an actual graph problem. Now I'm going to go over a couple of easy ones that you already know how to do. That's not what you're doing on the assignment. So we have to graph the equation. I want to use slope y-intercept. So is y by itself? Darn right. So mb is already there. So slope y-int. Okay. So the slope would be 1/2. The slope is the m. The y-int's the b, which would be -4. So on the y, remember the y is this one, not this one. Okay. Positives here, negatives here. So you go down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And from that point, not from the middle, from that point, you would go forward 2, up 1. Up because it's positive. Or you can go this way, or this, as long as you get right there. Okay, then I take the ruler and make the line. Okay, that's enough of that. Now we're going to cross this out. I'm going to turn the page over, cross out the next two. It's dumb to do ones we already know how to do. And now the game changes this one. These are kind of a pain. But if you knew what you were doing in the last lesson, you should be fine. Is y by itself? No, it's not. So we have to get the y by itself. So we make sure we have a number in front of x and y. If you don't, you put a 1. Plus negative. You cannot have that be negative inside of that. So you have to do a sign switch. Switch signs. So what's the opposite of 4? -4. What's the opposite of -5? +5. What's the opposite of 10? -10. Now you go to work. You're going to add a 4x, and then you need an x over there, so plus 0x, and I add 4x to 0x. So we have 5 times y. We got to do the x first. 0 plus 4 is 4, plus -10. Now we divide by 5, all 3 of these, and those cancel. Now remember what I said in the last lesson about dividing. If you divide and it's going to be a decimal, you don't actually divide. You put 4 over 5x. Then -10 divided by 5 is -2. And now we have the m and the b. So now I graph it just like I do with a normal m and b. Slope y-int. Slope's 4/5. Y-int -2. So on the y, that's positive, that's negative. We go down to -2. Then from there we go forward 5, and 4 is positive, so up 4. So up 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you can do it again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, if you run off the graph with the third point 2, I guess we're going to have to settle for 2. And there's the equation. Okay, the equation has been graphed. Okay, -3x plus 7y equals 14. Y is not by itself. So, -3x plus 7y. Now you that number, the number that's times by y is positive, so we don't switch the sign. So don't switch on this one. Just go right to work. Plus 3x. Then I make a 0x and plus 3x to that. Okay. So 7 times y. It's going to be 3x and then the 14. Then divide all 3 of them by 7. Now you don't add 3x to 14. 3 has an x, 14 does not. You cannot add those. Okay, 3 divided by 7. 3 divided by 7 is a decimal. So remember what I said about decimals. You keep it as a fraction, which is okay when you're graphing. 14 divided by 7 is 2. So now you got your m and b. What do we do with it? Well, we convert it into my slope and my y-int. Slope would be 3/7, and the y-intercept's plus 2. Okay, so there's the y-axis, positive this way, negative this way. So positive 2, 1, 2. then forward 7, up 3. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you can't do it again, so we're going to have to settle for 2 again. Okay, x minus y equals -6. Is y by itself? No, so we don't have our m and b. So we apply 1s, the plus negative, and you can't have that as a negative. That's a switch. Okay, so opposite of positive 1 is -1. The opposite of -1 is +1. The opposite of -6, +6. Okay, so add 1x. Make a 0x and add 1x there. Okay. Okay, so that's going to be 1x plus 6. Now divide everything by 1. Now you don't get decimals here, so I'm going to write that as 1x plus 6. And then we have our m and b. So slope, y-int, m, b. Slope's 1, y-intercept 6, plus 6. Now your slope needs to be in a fraction, so you need to use a 1 then under that 1 right there. Okay. Sorry. Okay. I'm pet sitting for the week and he started chewing my cord. Okay. Not cool, so put him in the thing. Okay, so again, as I was rudely interrupted, a 1 goes under the 1, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then forward 1, up 1. Okay, and do it again. Okay, that just kind of gets a pattern now. Okay, 2x minus 3y equals 6. Okay. Y is not by itself. It's a plus negative and dot circle. Okay, you can't have that as a negative, so negative, positive, negative. Take out your negative 2x, so plus 2x, and make a 0x so you can add 2x to that. Okay. 0 plus 2 is 2, and then followed by the -6. Now I divide these by 3. Okay, 2 divided by 3 is a decimal, so I keep that 2 over 3. And then -6 divided by 3 is -2. So you got your m and b. So slope, y-int. So slope is 2/3. -2 is the y-intercept. So we go to -2, 1, 2. Then from that point I go forward 3, up 2. Okay, -5x plus 2y equals 12. Okay, so again, it's a -5 to x and a 2y. So positive, so don't switch. So plus 5x. And then make a 0x so you have a place to add 5x. Because with the 12 you don't have a place. You can't add a number with an x to a number without. So x, 0 plus 5 is 5, plus 12. Now divide all 3 by 2. Okay, 5 divided by 2 is a decimal, so I keep it 5 over 2x. I'm not going to finish this problem because it runs off the graph. I made a mistake. Okay. Negative 6x plus 2y equals negative 6. Okay, so okay, again, we would not switch because the y coefficients are already positive. Because that number later becomes the bottom number of my slope in a lot of cases, so I don't want that as a negative because we always want to be going this way. So plus 6x, then I make a 0x, so I can plus 6x there. So x, 0 plus 6 is 6, plus your negative 6. Then you go divide all these by 2. Okay, 6 divided by 2 is 3, so 3x. Negative 6 divided by 2 is negative 3. I divide if I don't get a decimal, because we have our m and b right there. Okay, so slope and y, I just now continue my slope and y-intercept. Okay, so slope 3 over 1, and the y-int negative 3. So negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, and from there we go forward 1, up 3. Or up 3, forward 1 as I'm doing, but it'd be the same thing. Take your ruler. Make the lines, okay. Okay. 6x minus 5y equals 10. Positive, okay, plus negative. We cannot have that be a negative, okay? So switch signs. So negative, positive, negative. Then you go to town, add your 6x, make a 0x, and add 6x to the 0x. So 5 times y, and then that would be 6x plus negative 10. Then I divide all 3 of these by 5. 6 divided by 5 is a decimal, so you keep it 6/5. Negative 10 divided by 5 is negative 2. So we have mx and b. So slope, y-int. Slope is 6/5, the y-int negative 2. So on the y, positive, negative, we have to get to negative 2. And from that point I go forward 5, up 6. Can't really do a third point, so I guess that's going to be a wrap. Okay, negative 4x plus 3y equals 6, okay. So 3 times y. That's positive, don't switch it, okay. So plus 4x, make a 0x and plus 4x to that, okay. So 4x plus 6. Then divide everything by 3. 4 divided by 3 is a decimal, so we keep that 4/3 x plus 2 mb. Okay. Slope, y-int. So the slope is 4/3, the y-intercept is plus 2. So 1, 2, forward 3, up 4. There's line. Now, if you're still watching the video, I'm going to go back to that one problem that I kind of just said to heck with, because there is a way to get that on a graph. And we're going to take a look at it. Okay. Yeah, this one here. So 5 over 2x, I kept that plus 6. Okay, slope y-int. Well, the problem is, okay, you get 5 over 2 and plus 6. If you would go up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you'd make a point, okay? Then you go forward 2 up 5, you can't even get a second point. So what you do is erase that point, and then you number this by 2's. This is still by 1's, but I'm going to count by 2's on this, so 6. 2, 4, 6, so that would be here. Then as I'm going up 5, I'm still counting by 2's, so 2, 4, and then 5 would be in the middle. And then when I go 2 forward, I'd still be going like that, because that's worth 1's, okay? And then usually you just get by with 2 on that one, okay? I mean, if you went with a third one, again, you're going by up 5, so 2, 4, and then 5 would be there, and then forward 2, and that'd be your third point. But I already have the line covering that point, so.